Yo, what is up YouTube, Pierre here, bringing guys a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the outcomes that could happen if this meteor strike ends up hitting Fortnite, Tilted Towers, wherever it may hit. But before we get into today's video, if you guys do enjoy, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new, and turn on those post notifications so you get notified every time I go live or post a new video. And if you get first like on any of my videos, make sure you send me a Twitter image. I'll hit you guys back with that follow. And with that said, let's get right into today's video. If you guys are interested in winning some free V-Bucks, we are currently giving away 6,000 V-Bucks to you guys. All you gotta do to enter is like the video, subscribe if you aren't already, and turn on those post notifications, as well as follow the Gleam link in the description down below. There's going to be 6 winners, 1,000 V-Bucks each. Good luck to everyone. So there's a bunch of speculation whether or not this meteor is gonna end up hitting Fortnite, Tilted Towers in specific, but there's a bunch of stuff backing it up, right? So we got the new dinosaur skins, which I personally think is, you know, a little hint at it, because obviously dinosaurs did get extinct by a meteor, so I definitely could see that happening. And there is a bunch of like little hidden things on console when your controller vibrates. There is that SOS signal, whatever it may be, that message basically to the console players. You guys can just like form out the encrypted code, whatever. People have been saying that says SOS or whatever, and then the location on the map, which is Tilted Towers. So there's that speculation as well. There's a bunch of stuff, you know, hinting at it currently hitting the game in the near future, and I believe they said April 18th, so that is coming up in roughly a little bit less than a week. So we'll be keeping on the lookout for that, see if it does happen. Now, there has been an article released by Dexterto that could potentially show 5 different things that could happen to the game if this meteor did end up hitting Fortnite. Now, I'm going to leave that link in the description down below if you guys want to check it out yourself. But the first thing they mentioned is the potential for aliens. Now, obviously, most of the stuff in Season 3 has been, you know, space-themed, astronaut-themed, so it would make sense that aliens, I should say, would be coming because of that astronaut feel. Anything in space based around aliens would make sense for it to actually be in Season 4. We're not completely sure though, but you know, a whole theme based around aliens and weapon designs and all that around aliens for the next season would make sense because of the whole astronauts and the space travel that is happening currently. So they mentioned here that it would mean that the next logical theme would be that of aliens and extraterrestrials. So anything basically around aliens would make a lot of sense, especially for the next season, because of the whole astronauts in space theme that is currently happening in the game. Now then again, it could mean some other things, because like I said, the whole, you know, dinosaur themed skin that just came out recently would make sense, especially since the meteors did end up making the dinosaurs extinct. So maybe a dinosaur theme for next season. I'm not completely sure. There's a bunch of different things that you could speculate to come in next season because of this whole, you know, meteor strike, astronauts, a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know. Aliens is definitely one option that could happen. Next thing here, they have the wasteland / the ruins. So basically, if the meteor does hit Tilted Towers in the next season, the map will be updated to a wasteland type area in that same location, just to give some you know, homage to the old city, as they say here, but the lack of the tall structures. So it's basically gonna be a destroyed city where you can still land. Probably gonna reduce some of the locations for loots, chests, and stuff like that in Tilted Towers or the wasteland at that point, but it definitely would be a good idea. They also mentioned here that it could reduce some of the lag and server strain, especially when a lot of people landing there. It might not, you know, a lot of people might not want to land there because it is destroyed and there's not going to be as much loot as there once was. Now, as well as that, they could introduce some sort of Fallout type feel, especially if this meteor does hit in multiple locations. If there are a bunch of smaller meteors that hit around the map, something like a Fallout type of game would be pretty cool, or a map theme, I should say. Not a game entirely, but still have that Fortnite feel. But like the whole Fallout, wasteland, ruin type map would be definitely a cool idea. Next thing they mentioned here is a brand new location. So with Tilted Towers being completely destroyed, they implement a new city, a new location on the map in Tilted Towers. Now they mentioned that it should be less complex and less of an attention grabber, because obviously, as we know, basically half the lobby ends up going Tilted Towers in the first like minute. Everybody's wiped out, and at that point there's like 50 people alive. So if you guys haven't been like killing a lot of people at Tilted Towers, you end up leaving Tilted, you're gonna have, you know, roughly 30-40 people left in the game, and you're not going to be getting as many kills as, you know, it was before, because so many people go Tilted and they die so quickly. There's a bunch of different, you know, areas that it could be you know, used more of. You know, they could be used a little bit more, if that makes sense, right? So if they implement a map or a location, I should say, in that area that isn't as much of a attention grabber as they say, and not, you know, swarm a bunch of people there, I definitely think it'd make for a longer game. You get more kills, and definitely an overall better idea. But again, Tilted Towers is such a good idea. I love the whole fast-paced, a bunch of kills in the first minute. If you do get a bunch of kills, that is. If you obviously die right off the rip, it doesn't really help you there. But I definitely like the whole challenging gunfights and stuff like that that Tilted does bring. And the last thing here, they have the completely new map. So they basically rearrange the whole map, make new locations, new areas, a bunch of different stuff. And if they did implement that hole in the ground or in the map for the meteor strike, I definitely think that'd be a cool feature. But again, if they do make a whole new map, then there'd be no point, because then Tilted Towers at that point didn't really exist in this new map, right? So I mean, again, I definitely think a new map based around the next theme would be a cool idea, but then again, they'd have to change the theme of the map, or a new map after every season, which I don't think is a good idea. A lot of games like PUBG and I believe H1, a bunch of games implemented a new map, and a lot of people stopped playing the game because of the new map, because they like the original. Obviously, H1's going back to the original. PUBG still has 2 maps, and a lot of people don't like that new one. They'd rather much play the first one that they, you know, that they started playing the game on. And a lot of people are not against change, but don't want, you know, a new map. A new map means you have to learn a bunch of new locations, and, you know, knowing the locations now is a lot more fun, especially if you know where to land, know where the chests are and stuff like that. It's just a lot easier for people to manage and navigate around the map. But definitely a new map would be something that's probably in their thought process as of right now, but I personally don't think it should come in the near future. Now, like I mentioned, there's a bunch of different things speculating on how this thing and why this meteor is going to hit Tilted Towers. Like, we know the comet or the meteor is a lot closer than it was when it first appeared on the game, as well as that there is a bunch of different things like the SOS message, like I mentioned, in the Morse code for the vibrations on each controller, as well as the new telescopes that are pointing towards the comet in most locations on the map. If you see telescopes, they're most likely pointing at the meteor. So there's a bunch of different things, like I mentioned, that may point at the fact that this meteor is coming very soon, but we don't know how exactly it's going to end up turning the map in the game. But these were a few different ideas, a few different thoughts on how the map might change because of this meteor. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think will happen to Tilted Towers, to the Fortnite map. How will Fortnite change in the next season, whatever it may be. But that'll basically do it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you drop a like I said, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.